Does budgeting feel like this? Well, let's go ahead and teach you how to do a budget so you can feel like this. What's up, friends? I'm going to teach you how to create and use an automated budget. 5 common reasons people don't use a budget. Number 1, it'll take too long. They don't have the time. It's going to take way too long. I don't have the time for this. Number 2, they think it will restrict their spending and restrict their fun. I won't be able to spend the money the way that I want. AKA, no fun. Number 3, they think it will make them realize how broke they are. This is just going to tell me how broke I am. Number 4, they've used a budget before in the past and it never worked. Look, I've done a budget before. It never works. Number 5, they think they're too young or they're too old, it's too early to start, it's too late to start, they don't make enough money, or they make too much money. I'm too young to do a budget. No, I'm too old to do a budget. I don't make enough money. I make way too much money. Like Biggie says, mo money, mo problems. The reality that this video is going to show you is that number 1, you think it's going to take too much time. It'll take you maybe 10 minutes a month. At the front end, it's going to take a little bit of setup time where you're building the infrastructure, but I'm going to show you how to do that really quick. Number 2, think it's going to restrict their fun, restrict their spending. In reality, it will give them the freedom to spend the money on whatever they choose to spend, however they choose to spend it, without any guilt or any consequences of going into further debt. They're fearful of feeling broke, when in reality, most people find they have more money than they even thought they had. Maybe we've used a budget before and it's never worked. The key is consistency over a long period of time. A budget will work if you consistently work it. They think they're too young, they're too old, they don't make enough money, or they make too much money. The reality is you're never too young to start. It's never too late to start. You make enough money to do a budget. If you bring in $10 a month, you bring in enough money to do a budget. This budget automation tool that I'm going to teach you is going to work in any scenario, in any case. So no matter where you are, how much money you make, how little money you make, this video is for you. All right, so let's jump right in. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and hit the like if you like this content. Okay, so we're gonna make this automated budget in Google Sheets. Go to your Gmail, open up your email, go to these dots over here, your Google Apps. You're gonna open that up and go right to your Google Drive. All right, that's opened up. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna click New, and you're gonna go down to Google Sheets and click a blank one. But I already have one set up for you. So as soon as you do that, you're gonna open it up, and this is ultimately what your automated budget's going to look like. Now let me walk you through this. And if you want just a copy of one that's already set up for you, leave me a comment down below, let me know. I'll get in touch with you and I'll make sure I just send this right over to you. But let's take a look how this works. It's set up where there's categories. You'll see at the top there's charity, savings, housing, utilities, insurance, and personal, and then food, clothing, transportation, medical and health, recreation, debt, and then down here you have your total income, total expense, and what's left over. A budget is pretty simple. You just take your total take-home pay and you minus out your expenses. Okay, but what's cool about this automated version is all you have to do is set up the formulas really quick and you just enter the numbers in and it does it all for you. It makes budgeting super simple and super quick. So let's go ahead and for this training, let's go ahead and just say, hey, I've got $1,500 of take-home pay. Now you'll see as soon as I hit enter, down here at the bottom, it just calculates it for me. That's because there's a formula right in this. It's the sum of C1. So that's where I put the sum. When I'm in this bracket right here, I want to put that formula in this column. So that way it takes right here in C1, it's just putting that number right into that box. Okay, and so each one of these is all summed out. You'll see the sum of what's up here, the sum of the columns above it, the sum of, so there's a total for each one. And once you have that all done, what you want to do is you take your total expenses and you formulate out the sum of all of your totals. So each total will actually add into this.
And then when you finally do your final formula here on the equals, you're doing, instead of sum, you're doing equals minus E28, which is your income, minus your expenses. And so you want to make a zero-based budget. So let's go ahead and just do a mock budget here. Now, a lot of times people believe in giving of their first fruits, right? Or a tithe, or if you find yourself in any type of religious faith or anything like that. So a lot of people think that 10% is the number. I'm a big believer of give any percentage, and that's what counts, not necessarily the amount. And so let's go ahead and say 10% of 1,500 obviously is $150, right? 10%. Then you'll see in savings over here, I'm a big believer in, if I'm giving 10% to my faith, I'm also giving 10% to my savings. So I'm going to put another $150 right into there. Now, feel free to save more as you learn. You will have more money than you believe you have, and you might be able to save more money than you think you can. So once we have all that done, that tells me so far I've spent $300 and I have $1,200 left. Now, let's say my mortgage or my rent is, maybe I'm renting a room, whatever it is. Maybe it's 1-bedroom studio. It's $800. So I've got $400 left over in my budget. Now I take a look at this and I have, let's say I have $60 in my phone, and then I also have a pocket money section. This is cash. This is cash on hand. This is for if I want to buy a Starbucks, or if I want Takis from Circle K, or if I want a Red Bull, or whatever it is, just a little extra spending cash for the week. I'm going to go ahead and put $20 in there. All right, and then you'll see here I have miscellaneous. This is miscellaneous for whatever it is, like whatever might pop up. Hey, everything gets put in the budget, right? Lauren, my wife, she likes to buy photos from Shutterfly and put them in a photo album for our kids. So if that's coming up, I have a budget meeting. If you're married, make sure you sit down with your spouse or with your girlfriend or boyfriend, and you are sitting down and going over this budget together and going over all of your monthly expenses together. It'll bring you closer together as well as you do this. Now, we definitely need to eat. So let's go ahead and put $300 there. And I've got $20 left over, and let's say entertainment, and boom, I have a zero-based budget. It's so important to make your budget a zero-based budget, that everything gets put on the expense sheet. So that way you can put your money on mission, and you can begin to start living the life that you want, utilizing the money and using it as a tool instead of your money using you as a tool. You want to control your money so your money doesn't control you. This has changed my life. I've been doing this 4 years now. It is definitely the catalyst of what got my wife and I into buying our own home. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And of course, be blessed.